Welcome back to the Book Digest. Today, we're diving into a book that really changed the game for the entire self-help movement, Louise Hay's You Can Heal Your Life. Wow, that quote right there, that's it. That's the whole book in a nutshell. And get this, it was first published way back in 1984 and has sold over 50 million copies since. So this isn't just some inspiring line, it is the absolute core idea that Louise Hay builds her entire philosophy on. So in this summary, we're going to unpack that big idea. We'll look at how our thoughts really do create our reality. We'll dig into what Hay says is the one thing at the root of our suffering. Then we'll check out her healing toolkit, understand why forgiveness is so key, and finally, see how our lives are basically a mirror of what's going on inside. All right, let's get right into it with the first, and honestly, the most fundamental idea. So Hay's big argument is that your mind and your body, they're not separate things at all. She says our body is literally a mirror of our thoughts and beliefs. Think about that. Every single thought, good or bad, conscious or subconscious, leaves a physical mark. So those aches and pains, they aren't just random. They might actually be messages from your inner world trying to tell you something. And that's exactly why, for Hay, real healing has to start in the mind. Which brings us to her next major point, uncovering the one problem that she believes is behind pretty much everything. So, I want you to think about this for a second. Whether you're struggling with money or relationships or your health, Hay says all those different problems actually come from the exact same place. What do you think it is? There it is. Those 5 simple but absolutely devastating words. I am not good enough. Hay argues that this one core belief, this feeling of being unworthy, is the real villain behind almost all our suffering. And here's the thing, we're not born feeling this way. Nope, we learn it. It's pieced together from all those careless comments or criticisms we heard as kids from parents, teachers, you name it. And these little messages, they get stuck deep down in our subconscious and start running the show without us even realizing it. So if you secretly believe you're not worthy, you're going to attract experiences that seem to prove you right. It's a tough cycle. So if that's the problem, how on earth do we fix it? Well, this is where we get to the practical how-to part of the book. Hay gives us 2 main tools designed to go in and reprogram that faulty belief system, and they are affirmations and mirror work. Okay, this is so important. Look at the difference here. Your subconscious mind is very literal. It doesn't get someday. So if you say, I will be healthy, you're telling your brain that health is always in the future. It's always just out of reach. You have to state it like it's already true right now. I am healthy. That's the command that tells your subconscious to start making it happen now. And that brings us to what is probably Hay's most famous, and for a lot of people, the hardest exercise. It sounds so simple, right? Just look yourself in the eyes in a mirror and say, I love you. But the reason it can feel so incredibly awkward or even painful is because it shines a spotlight right on how much we reject ourselves. That discomfort, that's the signal that you found exactly where the healing needs to begin. Okay, so once you start working on self-love, the next big hurdle is dealing with old hurts. And for Louise Hay, forgiveness isn't just a nice thing to do, it's an absolutely essential part of getting well. This quote just says it all. When you hold on to resentment, you're not actually punishing the other person. You're punishing yourself. It's like you're choosing to stay in a prison of your own making, reliving that pain again and again. So when Hayes talks about forgiveness, she means choosing to set yourself free. It's a huge act of self-love. And what's cool is that when we start practicing this kind of self-love and forgiveness, we actually begin to see things change on the outside. And this brings us to Hay's final big idea, the concept of life as a mirror. Now, this part of the book is probably one of the most well-known, and yeah, maybe the most debated. Hay literally provides a chart linking specific physical problems to what she thinks are the probable emotional causes. It is so important to see this for what it is, Hay's theoretical model. It's a tool to help you think about that mind-body connection, not a replacement for actual medical advice. Her point is that to heal completely, you have to look at these emotional roots too. And this whole mirror idea, it applies to everything. Your relationships, your job, your bank account, all of it, she says, is a direct reflection of how you feel about yourself deep down. So if you feel unworthy of love, you might keep attracting partners who confirm that belief. If you don't believe you deserve success, you might unconsciously find ways to mess things up. So in the end, the whole book really boils down to this one powerful and kind of provocative question. What if all that hustling and trying to control the outside world isn't the answer? What if the most important, most healing work you could ever do is the quiet, daily work of changing how you feel about yourself on the inside? What if the key to the life you want is just learning to truly love the person you see in the mirror?